stop scrolling just for a minute and listen to what's happening in our country.
Right, let me ask you a question. How the fuck are people in Britain surviving right now?
The UK is fucked, guys, and I think it's time we took a step back and admitted that to ourselves. It's fucked over.
Absolutely just been hit by the cost of crisis living. What? Cost of living crisis?
Oh, this cost of living business is an actual joke. An actual joke.
Don't even get me started with Nando's prices. If I'm actually eating in the restaurant, I will easily spend like £25-30 just for me alone.
The cost of living in the UK is absolutely scandalous. And I'm just thinking to myself, after being travelling for 2 years, like...
Ignore the fucking state of me. I'm just in Tesco's and I am horrified. Horrified.
Is anyone else fed up, tired, miserable, depressed, anxious, worry about the next day, wondering if you can afford the month, the week even?
Like, if you're not earning over 50 grand a year, you are struggling, you are not living. You are literally just surviving, and even then you're probably one bill away from being skint again.
I feel like it's being shoved down our throat more than usual, like, because of obviously what's going on in the UK and like everyone's struggling for money and stuff, but I'm just like, can you fuck off?
I feel like it's daylight robbery. I have been robbed. They have just robbed me blind.
Welcome back to Broken Britain, where we say what real people are feeling, not what politicians wish we'd say. Let's talk about survival, because right now, life in the UK doesn't feel like living anymore. It feels like endurance, pressure, exhaustion every single day. Wages flat, bills up, food smaller, rent insane, council tax rising, people working full-time still checking their bank balance before buying bread, parents skipping meals so kids can eat, young people asking if they'll ever afford a home, or even a future here. And yet the government keeps telling us inflation is down, things are improving, Britain is on the right track. Tell that to the people staring at their energy meter like it's a bomb timer. Tell that to the workers juggling 2 jobs and still choosing between heating and eating. Tell that to families who can't afford birthdays, days out, or even fresh fruit. It's not just hard, it's becoming impossible. So hit that subscribe button. Because today on Brit Rants, we're asking the real question. If things are getting better, why does it feel like surviving in Britain is getting harder every single day?
Do you want to see something? It's made me laugh. I've had a double sausage egg McMuffin this morning, right? What the hell? I just had a little bite out of it, but... what the hell's that? Look at size on it. It's alright, that side. Well, they flips it over. What's happened to Cobb? That... they've definitely cut that wrong, haven't they? Let me know if you think they've cut that wrong. I'm sure they have. I say so, right?
Oh, this cost of living business is an actual joke. An actual joke. So I have just gone to the co-op to get 2 bags of chocolate and a can of drink, right? For this evening. £8 free. £8 free for a bag of Maltesers, a bag of chocolate buttons, and a can of Coke. I feel like it's daylight robbery. I have been robbed. They have just robbed me blind. I can't believe it. And it's what's even more sickening is the fact that I've actually paid these prices in the first place. Because I need chocolate. Okay? I needed some chocolate. So I've just paid £8 free for chocolate. I've got no words. Anyway, I'm going now. And I should go and enjoy every single mouthful of my £8 worth of chocolate. Okay, thanks, bye.
Right, let me ask you a question. How the fuck are people in Britain surviving right now? I made a video about this a year ago and honestly, nothing's changed. If anything, it's got worse. New figures came out yesterday and the average rent in the UK is £1,400 a month. So So that means literally you've got to earn 15 grand a year after tax just to have a roof over your head. And that's before you even think about food, gas, electric, everything else, right? Like if you're not earning over 50 grand a year, you are struggling, you are not living. You are literally just surviving. And even then you're probably one bill away from being skint again. This country is fucking broken and every year prices go up, but every year wages stay the same. Do the maths. People are working like 40, 50 hours a week just to get by. And somehow our government expects everyone to be calm. It's not fucking normal. It is not normal. This is insane. So that is exactly why I decided to make a change and flip the script. Because I got sick of watching my hard-earned money vanish into thin air. So I then started looking online for something different and a way to fight back. And that is when I found this simple online business. And it's different, like no digital marketing, no Etsy, no having to sell products, no trading, none of that nonsense. All I'm doing is literally sharing a simple link with others and I'm getting paid for it every single week. And guys, I've been in this over a year and a half now. I've been paid every single week since I joined. And I now earn multiple thousands upon thousands every single month residually. Now, I'm not saying this is the magic solution. It does take time and consistency, but it's the only thing that's helped me breathe again. But it's given me back control while everything else is going up, rent, food, bills, everything. At least I have built something that grows with it. Because if you don't find another way in this day and age, in this economy, and to earn, you are literally just gonna drown in it. This isn't about getting rich, even though you can. This is about surviving in the UK in 2025 and finally having a way to fight back. Do you want to start fighting back and relieving some of that pressure? If so, put info in the comments and I will share with you the detail.
Absolutely just been hit by the cost of crisis living. What? Cost of living crisis. 3 items, bread, crisps and beans, cost me £5.54. Not even £5.50, £5.54. I'll spend a little bit more money for the luxury of being able to open the tin of beans without a saw track machine. Oh, you just couldn't write it, man. What do you mean I got some chicken stock cubes for £1.40 club card price? Club card price that was, not even. Oh, you're joking me. And I couldn't even pay for any of it because the contact list was down. What do you mean the contact list was down? Jeff Bezos is out here making millions. Not finished, because how did I spend £5.54 at a corner shop? How did I do that? I'm slagging off Tesco's right now. Everyone's just as bad. Everyone get in line. It's just jarring, isn't it? But I also did find time to crouch down on the floor and read the soap magazines for free. I take pictures of the pages that I want to read because I'm not being done. Oh, you really, really bothers me. And what do you mean club card price? You can off club card price. It doesn't mean a thing. £2.60 there was for. I don't care. I really don't care.
Listen, Nando's ain't cheeky no more. Yeah, it's not cheeky no more. It's just fucking rude. Don't even get me started with Nando's prices. If I'm actually eating in the restaurant, I will easily spend like £25, £30 just for me alone. Let alone if I'm going with someone else. Listen, between 2 people, you're easily spending a pinky in that restaurant. It's mad. I remember Nando's used to be cheeky. 2 people, £20, you're good. Nah, they ain't like that no more.
Ignore the fucking state of me. I'm just in Tesco's and I am horrified. Horrified. Look at the fucking price of those for a pair of pyjamas. I'm sorry, but since when are we paying nearly £30 for a pair of pyjamas from Tesco?
The cost of living in the UK is absolutely scandalous. And I'm just thinking to myself, after being traveling for 2 years, and the amount of different places and countries I've been to, in terms of the UK, it is probably one of the most expensive countries in the world that I've actually been to. And that's no word of a lie. Whenever I went back home for 5 weeks, the price of accommodation, the price of transport, the price of food for coffees, the price of your shopping, your weekly shopping. You can tell me down below roughly what you're spending for a weekly shop. But other countries out there, outside of Europe, and some European countries, you'll be saving so much money. It's absolutely madness. The biggest benefit probably with the UK is obviously the NHS, which is brilliant. Prescriptions, in terms of getting surgery, in terms of going to hospital and checkups and appointments, all that kind of stuff. The NHS is brilliant. That's one of the benefits with the UK. But everything else comes with it. You know, the cost of living, the taxes, everything. You know, it all does balance itself out. And that's just me thinking there for the last few minutes. Like, you know, whenever I was back in the UK for nearly 2 months, and since I've been traveling over the last couple of weeks again, it's just so much cheaper. Everywhere outside the UK is so much cheaper. But yeah, tell me what you think, guys. Are you struggling with the cost of living? Are you finding things hard to get by? Are you finding it difficult to get through week by week? Let me know in the comments, guys, what your thought is on that. But from someone who's an experienced traveller who's seen so many other places at a lot cheaper prices, I think it's probably one of the most expensive places ever.
Right. So, I've literally just gone into into Sainsbury's, and how much do you think this motherfucker cost me? $45.95. Are you taking the fucking piss? Are you? Oh, what?
45
Are you for real? Are you for like? That's a man's. That's a labourer's graft per day.
That's a week's shopping.
Cost of living crisis. Are we okay in the UK, or are you okay, UK? Like, you literally sold us the dream to smoke on the fucking adverts as kids, and now it's oh, we're paying for it now. Oh, bye. I can't believe it. I'm in shock. What is happening to the cost of living crisis in the UK, and also the fact that actually 45 motherfucking pound. What a joke. Fuck your taxes. And then
you got these 20 B&H Blue, which cost $14.95. When we were at school, they used to be fucking £5.
Fucking
£5.
We used to fucking go. We used to fucking ask people. If you look back on how it is now from when we were 13, 14.
Yeah.
Excuse me, can you go to the shop?
Can you go to the shop?
A pack of 10 was £1.98.
I used to get £2.50 dinner minute. I used to buy 10 packet of fags, a packet of crisps, and a drink.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
And now we're living like this. What
the fuck?
Like, how's inflation like this? You greedy bastards. Fucking make it change.
The UK is fucked, guys, and I think it's time we took a step back and admitted that to ourselves. It's fucked over. It's working class, middle class, young people, children. It's fucked our futures. You know, in lots of ways. For example, I live in Bristol here with my partner, and the only reason why we can afford to live here is because, well, we're not even renting because we can't afford to rent here. We're lodging, basically. We're sharing. I mean, it's not a tiny room, but it is kind of cramped for the two of us. And I'm only earning just shy of 24,000. We can't afford to rent here. And we're one of the lucky ones because my partner's just come to a bit of an early inheritance, so we're actually looking to buy. Forget it. Forget about buying in Bristol. Property prices, what you're looking at, like 300, 400, 500. How the fuck are you supposed to save a 30, 40, 50k 10% deposit for a house like that, especially if you want kids as well, you want your own family? And so when people ask, right, why our generation isn't having children, this is the reason why, because I will not have children for as long as I'm renting and as long as we do not have the space or a place of our own that we own. So like I said, we're one of the lucky ones. But we're looking outside Bristol, we're looking South Wales, because yes, the houses admittedly are going to be expensive for the locals, but you can get like a 2-bed, 3-bed for less than 200,000. It's not right how low we're paid here, what I'm being paid. I mean, I don't want to say too much about what I do because I don't want to ruin any future chances in my career. I love what I do, but I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted with this country. I think this country is going to shit in lots of ways, you know, illegal migration, the cost of living, how low salaries are here, and just fuck it all, basically.
Hello, mate. Just them two, please. Just these two? Do you not want to add a drink to make it a meal? Yeah. We'll add that one? Yeah, Fanta fruit twist. Nice. I'll just tally all that up for you. Do you want a bag? No bag, please. Yeah, so how much will that be? That'll be £2, please. Whoa. Thank God it's 2005, eh? All right. Keep the change. You're too kind. Keep the change, mate. No worries. Hello, mate. Just them, please. Meal deal. How much will that be? All of that comes to £6. For that? Yeah, new meal deal prices. Oh, right. Well, what happens if I take the drink away? I'll put that to the side. Takes the drink away. That makes it £12. I've got a club card. It's still £12, mate. Train ticket? No.
So I've just cancelled my TV licence, my water bill, my energy bills and my council tax bill. So you might see me next in the clink. But I know a lot of you will come and visit me, but I ain't paying them. They can piss right off. Yeah. I'll probably shit myself when a letter comes through the door, but what are they going to do? Shoot me? Have to catch me first. I'm like a whippet. I meant to say as well that I won't be spending the money. Obviously, I'll be keeping it. I'm not refusing to pay. I'm just withholding payments till they can prove to me where my money is being spent.
Is anyone else fed up, tired, miserable, depressed, anxious, worry about the next day, wondering if you can afford the month, the week even? Has food prices gone up? Have my wages gone up? Nope. Is my rent going to go up this month? I wonder what negative news is on today. I wonder what Keir and his cabinet have got in store for us today. How much more money are they going to give away? Honestly, we're on Wednesday. It's Wednesday evening. And every article I have seen on just one news media outlet is negative. Negative. Attacks, stabbings, bills going up, scandals, fallouts, conflicts, wars, knife attacks in schools. Like, where the fuck are we going as a country, people? We've lost our identity. We let people walk all over us. Let people do whatever they want with no repercussions. And if you say something, throw a certain card out. I'm absolutely disgusted with this country, and I'm absolutely disgusted with the people that govern it. And some people that support it as well, you should hang your heads in shame for supporting it, because we're going in the complete and utter wrong direction. And if you don't look at the news, or if you don't see what's going on around you, get your head from the sand, get out of cuckoo land and come into the real world and actually experience what people and communities and businesses are actually going through. They're suffering every single day. There's nothing positive anymore. They suck the life out of us. They suck their life out of communities. They suck their life out of enjoyment. There's nothing. If you want to do something fun, you've got to pay out your nose for it. I was looking at holidays yesterday. £4,000 to go to a Centre Parks, which is like an hour away from my house, for 3 nights. It's ridiculous. You want to go on holiday in the term time, £4,000, £5,000 to go to somewhere just simple. If you're lucky enough to have that money, which most people don't, I don't even know. I know how you all feel. I know exactly how you all feel. There's no pretending that you're in a good space. Sometimes you just got to sit back and just think, fuck me, we are in such a bad situation. Done with it. Absolutely done with it.
I really can't believe this anymore. Food prices, they're about to go up again. Not because of inflation, it's because the government wants to squeeze supermarkets within the tax. And guess who ends up paying for it? You. So Tesco, Sainsbury's, Asda, Morrison, Aldi, Lidl, M&S and Waitrose have all sent letters to the Chancellor Rachel Reeves basically begging her not to include them in a new business rate surtax. It's a new tax that the government wants to put on big properties, buildings that are worth more than £500,000. That includes nearly every major supermarket in the country, and the supermarkets are warning if they have to pay more tax, they'll have no choice but to put prices up. So when they say will feel the impact. They're not joking. They mean you will feel it in your food bill. We've already been through enough price hikes. People are cutting back, switching to cheaper brands and still struggling to fill their trolleys. Now imagine another wave of increases, not because food costs are more to make, but because of another government tax. It's frustrating, isn't it? No matter what happens, it's always the same people who get hit. The working class, the families, the ones already stretched thin. The government says this new plan is to help small high street shops, but let's be real. Most people don't shop for weekly groceries on the high street anymore. We go to supermarkets. So while this tax might sound fair on paper, it's going to punish millions of ordinary people like me and you. Every loaf of bread, every bottle of milk, every bag of veg, it all gets a little more expensive. And it's not because of supply issues or world events at this time. It's because the decision made in Westminster. The supermarkets are warning Rachel Reeves right now. If you include us in this surtax, households will pay the price. And they're right, because we always do. So what do you think? Should supermarkets be taxed more? Or will this just make life harder for everyone trying to get by? Because comment your thoughts, because this one affects every single person in the UK.
Troops. I've had a really hard day at work, right? And then all day I have had emails from arsehole companies putting up my bills. My council tax bill came in, that's went up. My Virgin Media's gone up. My fucking Wayne's Active Teens bloody gym membership thing's gone up. Everything's gone up. Like my wages aren't gone up. April, no, my wages will stay the fucking same. How are people meant to live? Like, actually, how are people meant to live? Gas and Leckie's gone up, by the way, just so you know. On the 1st of April, the cap is going up again. Absolute disgrace. It is honestly going to get to the point where I'm paying £140 a month now. What am I going to be paying? £200 a month for my gas and Leckie? So what have I to do just not to use it? Like, how much longer can this keep going on with wages not increasing? Every single week I go my messages, and I am not over exaggerating, my bill is slightly higher. I used to do like a wee spreadsheet and try and budget and all that. See if I looked at what I was spending in messages this time last year, I think I was £80. Now I'm not any less than £120 a week. And by the way, that £120 is not, here you go, you don't need to go to the shops for a full week. That is top-ups not included. How much more can we fucking take?
I'm at Pret-a-Manger at London Heathrow Airport. It's kind of like British Starbucks, but they have more sandwiches and salads and stuff. And one thing I really like about Pret is it's one of the few places in the UK where you can get an American-style filter, drip coffee for cheap, like 99 pence, except they don't do it at the airports. They only do it in the shops in the city because at the airport, it's a captive audience. And why sell coffee for 99 pence where you can sell it for £3.50 and the customers have no choice but to pay it? Someone got a raise, I'm sure, for coming up with that idea. Don't like that there's like separate menus for like airport people and not airport. They're making money hand over fist. It feels kind of jerky to just like squeeze that extra couple of pounds at us. Anyway, to protest Pret-a-Manger's decision, I'm going to go to Starbucks. Actually, I forgot. Starbucks in the UK serves wine and beer, so change of plans.
I don't know about like anybody else, but is anybody else just feeling like they want to leave this country, leave the UK for a better life? Like, seriously, like with this cost of living and just like, it's like everything's negative in the UK and there doesn't seem to be any light at the end of the tunnel. And I have found myself every now and again thinking there has to be like a better way of living. And I found myself Googling things like moving to Portugal, moving to Spain, even moving to Canada. And I've even been on YouTube and watching videos about people vlogging about who have done it and who have moved to Portugal, who have moved to places like Canada. And they're all saying like how much better their quality of life is. And, like, yeah, I keep finding myself Googling and YouTubing at the moment, and I'm pretty sure that's not right. But, yeah, maybe at some point, maybe me and Peter will end up renting this house out, selling everything that we own, grabbing the pets, waiting till we've adopted our little boy, and just leaving the UK, getting the fuck out of here and living a better life.
Stuff my face with sweets. I've got a Quality Street story for you. Tin of Quality Streets. See this? See how big it is? That's my hand. Inside, Quality Street. See these? Do you know where they came from? A big tin. This is a little tin. Talk about things getting smaller. My God. I didn't quite explain that properly, did I? This little tin of Quality Street. My mum bought a big tin, you know, the big plastic tin. And she thought, oh, I've got a little tin. I'll pour them in there. The whole of that big tin she thought she bought fit into this little tiny tin. That was the story. The big tins that we're getting ripped off with now fit into tiny little tins. Why don't they just sell them like that?
If you live in Wales, have you ever wondered why your energy prices are so high and why they keep going up? Because I've got the answer for you, and I know that some people are really not going to like this, because making the content that I do, something I always hear is, Wales is too small, you're too poor to survive on your own. Whoa, calm down. This video is not even about independence. But you're still wrong. In 2019, Wales was the 5th largest exporter of energy in the world. And we're not even a sovereign nation. We are continuously producing more electricity than we use, so why does such an energy-rich nation pay such high bills? The answer is simple. We don't control it. We don't own it. It's not devolved. If you've been here, if you've seen me, you've probably seen me talk about the Crown Estates before, and this is a thing that plays in a huge factor into this, right? Because the Crown Estates is this UK-wide portfolio of like buildings, foreshores. We'll get into that in another video, but for now, all you need to know is that basically, because the Crown Estates are not devolved to Wales like they are in Scotland, we don't control our resources. We also don't control where the profits go from them. 75% of those profits go to the UK Treasury in London, and the other 25% go to the Crown. And also, because it's not devolved, we don't have a say on our energy prices. Crown Estates assets in Wales are valued at £853 million. Would you like to guess how much of the profits from those assets comes to Wales? Whatever you're guessing right now, lower. Way lower. Even lower. In the year 2023-24, the revenue that returned to Wales was £2,826. That's it. Yeah. In that same period, in the year 2023, renewable energy generation accounted for 53% of consumption. Despite all of this, Welsh households still face higher standing charges than English households. And there's literally no good reason for that to be a thing. So how do we even go about changing things? Well, it's very simple. Next year, you have a choice to make. On the 7th of May 2026, the Senate elections are happening, and it's our chance to vote in a new government. And not a Labour one, because everybody say it with me now. Labour voted against devolution of the Crown Estates. Yes, they did. Yeah, despite the fact that 75% of the Welsh public want to devolve the Crown Estates, all 22 councils. Do you know how unheard of that is? All 22 councils in Wales, including Pembrokeshire and Torfaen, okay? All 22 of them, between like September, October last year and May this year, were like, yes, we actually all want to agree to devolve the Crown Estates. The Senate even came to the conclusion that yes, we should devolve the Crown Estates. And then what happened? 307 Labour MPs in Westminster said no. Glad you were paying attention. There is a test. You'll get the paper on the 7th of May, and all you got to do is just tick that box next to Play Company, and you pass the test. No, but seriously, if we had control over our resources, including our energy, right, our bills would be lower. We could have more jobs created locally. Communities would benefit from these profits being put directly back into them and not going across the border to the London Treasury and the monarchy. Our communities benefiting directly from our resources. That's what Plaid Cymru is fighting for. It is beyond time that Wales got a fair deal for our energy, our communities, and our future. So vote Plaid Cymru on May 7th, 2026. And if you're in the Flint Wrexham constituency, my name will be on that ballot. I'm just saying.
What in the broken Britain cost of living bullshit is this now? Here we are, back at Farm Foods. Come to see what deals they've got on, and I'm telling you now, you ain't ready for the deals that are on today. First of all, we've got your Cadbury's Milk Fingers, 99 pence. Well dated, no card needed, just straight down deals. Here's your 6-pack of McVitie's Gold Bars, 69p, 2026 dated. Next to it, you've got your 7 Penguin Bars, RRP 149. In Farm Foods, 99 pence. We've got your 250 gram Stork here, perfect for baking. End of the year dated, 39p. What an absolute steal. Any baking you've got to do, get yourself down to Farm Foods, 39p. What a steal. Semi-skimmed or whole milk, you get 3 4-pint cartons, £3. What an absolute bargain. Now, if you like a fish cake from the chip shop, I kid you not, I bought these last time. 8 extra large fish cakes, £2.99. They are identical to the ones you get from the chip shop, no messing. Chip shop one, what are they? They got to be £2 minimum a piece now. You can get 8 for £2.99. Here's your large 1 kilogram of Heinz tomato ketchup. End of 2026 dated, £2.99. You ain't getting that nowhere. Now look at this for a steal. Ambrosia rice pudding, 49p, 2027 dated. Devonshire custard, 49p, 2027 dated. Max 5 per customer per day because of how cheap it is. Now that is a bargain. You tell me where you can get these any cheaper. Big up Farm Foods. And obviously they're still stuck with their 10 for £10 range on all the bird's eyes. Look at these. What an absolute bargain. Even a bit of vegetarian right in the back there. So there we have it, some of the bargains. Get yourself down to the Farm Foods. These bargains cannot be touched by anybody. They are smashing the big four. Big up Farm Foods, still supporting the people.
UK energy prices are on the rise again, despite wholesale prices falling, and I'm sick of Ed Miliband gaslighting us. So Ofgem have just announced that the energy price cap has increased by £35 per year. Now that's actually a small increase, and I have no issue with the increase itself, but I'm sick of Labour lying about the reasons. So ministers are quick to try and blame international gas prices, which is simply not true, as the gas component of the price cap has actually fallen by £14. Ofgem have been very transparent about what is causing the rises, and Labour's Ed Miliband would rather you didn't know it's because of the subsidies provided for wind turbines to shut down and not produce energy. Yes, you did hear that right. It's to pay them to turn off due to our crappy infrastructure not being able to offload electric to where it's needed when it's needed. Now, I am all for improving our energy mix between carbon and renewable sources, but please don't try and pull the wool over my eyes. I know it's going to take investment, so just be honest and stop lying to the British public. Of course, Ed Miliband has staked his political career, not that it was actually worth much, on net zero bringing cost savings to the British public, which may actually be possible, but not until the 2040s. So to be clear, my position is it's fine to charge more, but you better make sure we have energy security and independence, a strong energy mix between carbon, renewable and nuclear, and ideally strong cross-party plan to get us there. So let me know what you think in the comments. Am I wrong to be feeling as angry as I am about this?
So UK wages are absolutely stuck, but the costs keep rising, and this is why. So basically, on paper, wages look great. You might have just had a pay rise, but prices are rising faster than ever, especially with things like food. So if you feel poorer today than at any other point last year, the year before, or even the year before that, it's definitely not your imagination. You are. So people basically are getting hit from every angle. Right now, in third quarter 2025, average pay in the UK, it's just stagnant, and the cost of living is going up. When you strip out the cost of inflation against a pay rise, you've probably gone backwards, in fact. So basically, your pay packet seems to be going up, and you're able to buy less for it. If you don't believe this is real, simply go to your local supermarket, try and buy a bag of shopping. How do we combat this? What do the government need to do to bring everything back down to a fair level for everybody, from housing to energy to food? Is it corporate greed? Is it energy giants? Is it supermarket entities that are just power greedy and looking for investors and shareholders to profit, in unimaginable terms? Or is it just the luck of the draw, or is it because of mismanagement at a governmental level? Who knows? What are your thoughts, though? Either way, this situation can't go on. The UK at the moment is absolutely screwed, and it's costing all of us in a big, big way. Goldman, peace out.
I don't know whether this is just a me thing. Wait, let me move this out of the way. But is anyone else getting really annoyed at the amount of adverts that they're seeing for, like, the Euro Millions, or like the postcode lottery, or like the Omaze, like prize or house draw, whatever it is, that on telly? Like, I feel like they're being shoved down my throat every time I watch the TV. And maybe it's just because I'm watching more TV than normally I do, because I feel like there's a lot of good TV on at the moment, and I'm normally not a TV girly. But I just feel like it's so wrong and disgusting that every time I turn the TV on, they're like taunting it in my face how I could win like fucking 38.2 million, however much money it is. And I know that there's so much funding that's gone into that advert to put that on the TV, and like backing from like the government and the TV channels to put that in front of all of us. Whereas that money and that time and that effort could be spent actually helping people who are struggling for money. Like, I just, like, it blows my mind every time I watch it, and I'm like, how is that okay for you to like advertise that, where most of us, to be honest, I don't think any of us are going to win. Like, no one's going to win that money. And it's like, oh yeah, here's what you could win, rather than, oh yeah, let's actually put our time and effort into, increasing minimum wage, helping people who are on benefits, I don't know, literally anything. Like, but I don't know if this has always been there, and then I'm just like watching more TV, so I'm noticing it more. But I'm like, I feel like it's being shoved down our throat more than usual, like, because of obviously what's going on in the UK, and like everyone's struggling for money and stuff. But I'm just like, can you fuck off? It's really winding me up.
Stop scrolling just for a minute and listen to what's happening in our country. We've been patient, we've been kind, but don't mistake that for weakness. So let me know by the end of my rant if you feel the same. So let's dive into it. So let's get this straight. We've been paying sky-high taxes. We wait for years to see a doctor. We struggle to get a house. We watch our hospitals creak under the pressure. And what do the government do? They hand out free bus passes and shiny new apartments and millions of pounds to people who haven't contributed a penny tax. Not one single penny. So we've put up with it, we've stayed patient, we've stayed kind, and for what? For so-called kindness from our government that doesn't give a damn about the British people. I'd even go as far as to say we're being treated like second-class citizens. Think about that. All your hard work, all your taxes, all your patience, and they treat you like a second-rate human being, while they spend our money like it grows on trees. Yeah? And let's talk about the NHS. £60 million is being spent on migrant healthcare contracts. Yeah? While the British people, the British citizens, wait for months, and as you know, sometimes years for appointments. High taxes every year and still no relief. You'd think by now that they'd at least pretend to care about us, but they don't. They don't even blink an eyelid. We bear the costs. And housing, millions spent on new apartments, council prioritising others over the British people who've paid taxes all their lives. So Brits queue and save and waste. And what do they get? A pat on the back and maybe a letter saying, sorry, you'll have to wait for a house. It's absurd. It's infuriating and frankly insulting. But here's the thing, don't mistake our patience and weakness. We are a tiny island, yes, but we've got history, pride, spirit. And when enough of us wake up, when we refuse to be ignored, when we demand fairness and accountability, we will make our voices heard loudly, passionately and relentlessly. Not with our fists, not with violence, with outrage, with action, with votes, and with everything it takes to hold this government accountable. So keep speaking up, express your concerns, especially to your local MP. Write it, call it out. But as I always say, that's just my opinion. Let me know what your opinion are, because it's time to be furious. I'm furious, and if you're paying attention, you should be too. But leave your comments below.
Let's tell the truth. This isn't tough times. This is a nation quietly suffocating, and most people are too exhausted to shout anymore. Right now in Britain, 14.4 million people are living in poverty. The highest in modern UK history, 1 in 3 parents say they skip meals to feed their children. Over 3 million households are in energy debt. The price of food has risen up to 30% since 2021 real wages, still lower than they were in 2008. Nearly half of renters say they're one paycheck away from losing their home, and 62% of Brits say they feel financially worse off than they did last year. If this isn't a crisis, what is it? People aren't dreaming of luxury anymore. They're dreaming of breathing room, of going to the supermarket without fear, of not checking the meter every night, of living, not just enduring. And yet what do we hear from the top? Inflation is down. The economy is stabilizing. Things are improving. Improving for who? Because the only thing rising in this country is stress, debt and desperation. Some still say, stop complaining, work harder. But how do you work harder when you already work 2 jobs? How do you budget when prices change every week? How do you be grateful when you're rationing heating like it's wartime? This isn't a country failing slowly. It's a country wearing down its own people. So what needs to change? Stop gaslighting the public. Admit the crisis. You can't fix what you refuse to acknowledge. Protect workers. Wages must rise with reality. Hard work should build a life, not a struggle. Crack down on price gouging and corporate greed. People aren't broke because they're bad with money. They're broke because everything costs too much. Bring dignity back to living in Britain. Not handouts, fairness, not slogans, solutions. The British people aren't lazy, they're not dramatic. They are tired, stretched, and fighting to hold on to dignity in a country that promised stability and delivered stress. This is broken Britain, and surviving shouldn't be the national identity. You've been watching Brit Rants, where we say what the public feels while leaders pretend it's all fine. If you're tired of fighting just to stand still, hit subscribe, drop your thoughts below and share this video. Because in a country this wealthy, no one should be living in survival mode.